So you know the word spring as a season. But when you hear the name of the city, Palm Springs, it is not a season, spring, summer, winter, fall. That's not it. Okay, let's think of it. What is another kind of spring?
Spring means like beautiful, right?
Beautiful? No.
Yeah.
No, no. Okay, think in Chinese. 泉水是什么东西呀？
Sprinter. 泉水 is like
that's a spring under the ground. There's water under the ground, and it comes bubbling up to the surface. That is a spring.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the place is called Palm Springs. What does that mean?
Hold on. Let me try this one. Palm Springs?
Palm Springs. What does that mean?
There's a lot of springs.
Right. There are a lot of springs. All right. So if you think of this meaning, then I want you to think of how this location, which is basically out in the desert, has some underground water that can come up to the surface. The place is called Palm Springs. So I want to hear you say that zzz at the end.
Palm Springs.
Okay, tell me where again? Where again?
Palm Springs.
Good. All right, make a sentence.
I went to Palm Springs.
Okay, this time you didn't say the word palm as well as you did when I asked you. Right. So you went back to your old pronunciation incorrectly. So I want you to say again, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Good. Then make the sentence again.
Palm Springs.
Not plum. Palm.
Palm.
I went to Palm Springs. I went to Palm Springs.
I went to Palm Springs.
Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
I went to Palm Springs.
I went to Palm Springs.
Not plum. Palm. Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
Palm. Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
Again.
I went to Palm Springs.
Good. Okay. Now, in Palm Springs, what did you do? Well, first of all, let me ask you this question. About Palm Springs, did you spend the weekend in Palm Springs?
Yeah, it was just 2 days.
Okay, so you can say, I spent 2 days in Palm Springs.
I spent 2 days in Palm Springs.
Good, you said that very well. Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
I spent 2 days in Palm Springs.
I spent 2 days in Palm Springs.
I spent 2 days in Palm Springs.
Good, okay. Do you have friends in Palm Springs?
No, I don't.
It's a desert resort city, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you choose this to go as a place for vacation?
Yeah, just go with some friends.
Oh, okay, so you went there with some friends. I went to Palm Springs with some friends.
I went to Palm Springs with some friends.
Again.
I went to Palm Springs with some friends.
Okay, how many friends?
3 or 4? 4 total.
Okay, so including yourself, there were 4?
Yeah, including myself.
Okay, so you went with 3 friends. Is that right? All right, so let me hear you say again. I went to Palm Springs with 3 friends.
I went to Palm Springs with 3 friends.
All right, say this. 3.
I went to
3.
3.
Watch my tongue. 3.
3.
With 3. With 3.
3.
With 3.
With 3.
Now link them together. Remember, we're not trying to make separate words. We're trying to link the words together and say with 3. With 3.
With 3.
With 3 friends.
With 3 friends.
I went to Palm Springs with 3 friends for 2 days.
I went to Palm Springs with 3 friends for 2 days.
Right, okay. Now, Palm Springs is a desert resort city. Palm Springs is a desert resort city.
Palm Springs is a desert resort city.
Okay, let me hear you say desert with a little T at the end.
Desert.
Okay, desert.
Desert.
Good. How many syllables are there in the word desert? Desert. Right, 2 syllables. Now, I have a system that I call the syllable-stress code. And so when I talk about syllable-stress code, I'm going to tell you about 2 numbers. The first number is the number of syllables in the word. For example, desert has 2 syllables. And then we also want to know about the stressed syllable. Which syllable is longer and louder and clearer than the others? So when we say desert, there's no stress. If I say desert, the stress is on the first syllable. So we can say that the syllable stress code of this word desert is 2-1. 2-1 means the word has 2 syllables and it's longer, clearer, higher, louder on the first syllable. So desert, right? Desert. All right, now tell me the number of syllables in the word resort.
2.
2, resort, right. Where's the stress, on the first or the second? Resort. So we call this one a 2-2 word. 2-2 for the word resort. Now this is useful to know because when you look at words on a page, you just see black dots on a white page. You don't see anything bigger or smaller. Right? So you have to learn to hear the syllables and hear the stressed syllables, so then when you pronounce them, you're sure which one to make longer and clearer and higher than the others. So although both of these words are 2 syllables, the first one, desert, is stressed on the first syllable, and resort is stressed on the second syllable, right? Now some people get mixed up between the word dessert and the word desert. If you like to eat cake and ice cream, well, that would be considered your dessert. Two. That means it has 2 syllables and it's stressed on the second syllable. Dessert. And the arid place, a very dry place where it doesn't rain very much, is called the 2-1 desert. So Palm Springs is a desert resort city.
Right? Palm Springs is a desert resort city.
Very good. Now, how do you say the name of the town again?
Palm Springs.
Zzz.
Palm Springs.
Good. Now let me hear you say it again.
Palm Springs.
Not plum. Palm. Remember, the L is silent and it does, so be pa, like papa.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Okay.
Palm Springs.
All right, go again. Is a desert resort city.
It's a desert resort city.
Right. And do you know what county it's in? It's in Riverside. It's in Riverside County.
Riverside.
It's in Riverside. How many syllables do you hear in the word Riverside?
3.
3. Okay, good. 3 syllables. Riverside. Where is the stress in this word?
1. The first one.
3-1. Exactly.
Riverside.
So 3-1. Riverside. Right. It's in Riverside County, California. Palm Springs is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California. You say.
Okay. Spring is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California.
Okay. Now, most of those you said quite well, but you're still missing the Z on springs. And you're not articulating the T in desert and resort. Let's see if you can say that again. This time I'll say it, and I want you to listen especially to my endings, my word endings. Palm Springs is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California.
Palm Springs is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California.
Okay, you did a better job of pronouncing the ending consonants in those words. Good. Now, let's try to put it together in the rhythm and the intonation pattern, the music of the sentence. Palm Springs is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California.
Palm Springs is a desert resort city in Riverside County, California.
Good. Your phrasing was much better. You sounded like you had more confidence in putting the words together in groups, phrase groups, pause groups, than before when you were thinking words by word. You remember when you speak word by word, it sounds kind of choppy. But when you put the words together in phrases, it sounds much better. Now, did you do some sightseeing?
Yeah, I went to do some sightseeing and shopping.
Oh, okay. Sightseeing and shopping. That sounds like fun. Yeah, so tell me about your sightseeing.
We went to the train, the arrow train.
Train? Okay.
Yeah. We went on top of the arrow train that was like more than 8,000 feet high.
Uh-huh.
And then we did some hiking.
Some hiking?
On the mountain.
Oh, okay. So, one of the things that you did was you rode on a train, right? And what did you call that kind of train?
They call arrow train. I think
arrow
it's
train.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it arrow? What does the arrow refer to? Do you know?
No.
Okay. Did you, on this train, were you trying to reach a certain point, or were you trying to do sightseeing? Is it a sightseeing train, or is it a place
the train is just like
train?
One train that they take all the people from bottom of the mountain to the highest point of the mountain. Then we came down, and then we walk around and sightseeing everywhere, and we can also do the hiking. There's different route.
Okay, so this is a train that lifted you from the base of the mountain to the top?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it the same, when you were at the top, did you get a good view of the valley?
Yes.
And when you were at the top, is that where you did some hiking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on the top of the mountain, we can do the hiking.
Okay, so you can say we hiked. Did you hike along some trails?
Only 1.5 mile.
Oh, okay. Along a trail for 1.5 miles.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Okay, let me say this. We hiked along a trail for 1.5 miles. We hiked
along the trail for 1.5 miles.
Okay, look at me. 5.
5.
5.
5.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
5.
1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
Okay, good. You have good rhythm in that one, but you're not putting your at the end of the word 5.
5.
Right, 5.
5.
Okay, now put it in a phrase. 5 miles.
5 miles.
5 miles.
5 miles.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
Okay, so we hiked along a trail.
We hiked along the trail.
Okay,
Trail?
let's just say trail. Trail.
Trail.
Good. See my tongue? See if you can get your tongue the same way. Try not to do this. Trail. Don't put your lips together here. Trail. See the difference? If I use my lips, trail. If I use my tongue, trail. Do you see the difference? So for the L, L, I'm using the tip of my tongue. I'm pressing the tip of my tongue on the gum ridge. All right, so for the L, press the tip of your tongue on the gum ridge. But don't round your lips. Okay, so this is wrong. This is right. Can you see the difference? Good. Trail. Trail.
Trail.
Trail.
Trail.
Trail.
Trail.
Good. Mile.
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 Trail.
Trail.
Mile.
Mile.
Trail.
Trail.
Mile.
Mile.
Miles.
Miles.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
Okay.
1.5 miles.
There, good. You corrected yourself on the V. You added that to your phrase. 1.5 miles.
1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
Along a trail. Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail. Along a trail.
Okay. Try not to put your tongue in the position of TH, trail, not this way. So don't put your tongue outside your mouth. Don't put your tongue between your teeth as we do for the word teeth. So make sure your tongue stays inside your mouth. So keep the tongue inside the mouth and let the tip of the tongue touch what place?
Between the teeth?
No.
Behind?
Above the teeth on the gum ridge.
Okay.
Let the tip of the tongue above the tongue. Above the teeth.
Press the tip of your tongue on the gum ridge.
Right. You got it. On the gum ridge. So let's just feel the gum ridge right now. That's the place. Okay? Mile.
Mile.
Trail.
Trail.
Let's say a trail.
Trail.
A trail.
A trail.
Along a trail.
Along the trail.
Okay, that's much better with your L, but you're still needing to persuade your lips that they don't need to move. So in your history, you've been using your lips instead of your tongue to make the sound O. And now you need to say, okay, lips, just relax. I don't need you right now. I need the tongue to make the sound L. All right? So along a trail.
Along the trail.
Along a trail.
Along the trail.
Good. Let me hear you saying N. Along a. Along a. Along a.
Along a.
Along a. Good.
Along
Ng comes in the back, right? Unfortunately, we have this sound in Cantonese. Ngo, ng. In English, we have this sound at the end of a word. In Cantonese, we also have it at the beginning. Well, like you say ngo, right? You have ng at the beginning. In English, we don't. But where we have it sort of at the beginning is really in the middle. When we say along, I want you to link those together. Alonga, alonga.
Alonga.
Very nice. Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Okay, now you have to make sure that you're making ng sound, not n, not n sound, n, but ng here. Along a trail. Along a trail.
Along a trail.
We hiked along a trail.
We hike along a trail. We hike along a trail.
Okay, so along a trail. Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Along a trail.
Good. Now, let's say we hiked.
We hiked.
Okay, at the end of this word, past tense, ed, the k is voiceless. So the ed ending is also voiceless, and it sounds like a T. So we have to say hiked. Hiked. Hiked.
Hiked.
Hiked.
Hiked.
Now, when we put that together with along, we'll say hiked along. Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along. Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along.
Hiked along a trail.
Hiked along a trail.
Hiked along a trail.
Hiked along a trail.
Good. All right. So you're used to seeing these words on a page separate. Hiked.
Hiked.
Along a trail. And you're not used to linking the words together as we do in spoken English. So right now, even though the sentence is so simple, the part you're breaking up is linking the words together. So that's why I'm trying to help you work on the linking here. Hiked along a trail. Hiked along a trail.
Hiked along a trail.
We hiked along a trail.
We hiked along the trail.
We hiked along a trail.
We hiked along the trail.
For how long?
For almost 2 hours.
For almost 2 hours, right. All right, so, and how far was it?
Only 1.5 miles.
1.5 miles, right.
1.5 miles.
Okay.
1.5.
For 1.5 miles. And
1.5 miles.
For about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
Good, all right. Now, instead of saying for about, say for about. For about. For about.
For about.
For about.
For about.
And instead of saying 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
We hiked along a trail.
We hiked along the trails for about 2 hours.
Try it again.
We hiked along a trail for about 2 hours.
We hiked along a trail.
We hiked
along link together. We hiked along a trail.
We hiked along a trail
for 1.5 miles.
For 1.5 miles.
For about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours.
Did you enjoy your hike?
Yes, I did.
Good. So, is this the first time that you visited Palm Springs?
No. That was I have been Palm Springs for so many times.
Okay, so I've been in Palm Springs many times. Okay, don't use the word for. You can say I've been in Palm Springs once before. I've been in Palm Springs many times, 4 times, 7 times, many times. If you use the preposition for, you're talking about the duration of time. This time, I was in Palm Springs for 2 days. That's the duration, the period of time. So the word time has more than one meaning. So sometimes the word time means a duration. So you could say, I was in Palm Springs for 2 days this trip. Right?
I've been to Palm Springs many times.
And sometimes the word time means occasion each time. So I have been in Palm Springs many times. And here we have S on the word times. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So say, I was in Palm Springs for 2 days this trip.
I was in Palm Springs for 2 days this trip.
This time or this trip. This time, this trip, this vacation, this weekend. Right?
Yes.
And the other one is, I've been in Palm Springs many times.
I have been in Palm Springs many times.
Okay, good. What do you like about Palm Springs? I have never been to Palm Springs, so maybe you can tell me about it. Would you recommend?
I like the weather over there because it's not too cold.
Oh, okay.
But this weekend was kind of windy. I like to go hiking in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And
do you like to go hiking there as opposed to a different place?
No, it's the same place.
Okay, so you like the weather. It's not too cold. All right.
Yes.
What else? About anything about the scenery that's different, or you like it, or what?
The city actually is not too big. This is a small town.
Okay.
There has many restaurants, and there's a big outlet. Next to the outlet, there's a casino. So it's like a lot of people will go to casino and go to shopping, something like that.
Oh, okay. So
and then also in the downtown, there's a lot of resorts.
So people go to casinos?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? Go see casinos and where else?
People go to casinos and at nighttime there's some events in the downtowns, and people will go out and walk around.
Okay. Okay. So you like the weather, right? I like the weather. All right. Let me hear you say k sound when you say the word like.
I like the weather.
Yes. I lie. I like. So lie and like, right? I like the weather. I like the weather.
I like weather.
Okay. I like the weather.
I like the weather.
It's not too cold.
It's not too cold.
Good. Now in that case, when I asked you to say just that phrase, you pronounced the D very well. But before, when you listen to yourself again, you'll probably notice you said it's not too cold, but no D on that. So let's say that it's not too cold.
It's not too cold.
I like the weather. It's not too cold.
I like the weather. It's not too cold.
Okay. But this weekend it was kind of windy. Remember we worked on the sound W. Weekend.
Weekend.
Windy.
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 Weekend.
Weekend.
Windy.
Windy.
Right. All right. So you can say that sentence again this time with better
pronunciation. This weekend was kind of windy.
It was kind of windy.
It was kind of windy.
Good. I like the way you link that together, kind of. We talked about that last time. You did a good job of putting those two words together instead of saying kind of. Good. Kind of windy. Kind of windy.
Kind of windy.
But this weekend it was kind of windy.
But this weekend it was kind of windy.
Okay. Be careful when you say it's, you are sometimes putting an S on that sound. Not is was, it was, with a T and not an S.
It was.
Yeah, but this weekend...
But this weekend, it was kind of windy.
All right, so I want to hear you say, I like to go hiking with a k sound. I like to go hiking.
I like to go hiking in Palm Springs.
Again.
I like to go in Palm Springs.
Again, smoothly.
I like to go hiking in Palm Springs.
I like to go hiking in Palm Springs.
I like to go hiking in Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm. The city's not big.
Huh?
The city is not big.
The city is not big.
Mm-hmm. It's a small town.
It's a small town.
Okay, so when you say the word small, where do you put the tongue for the L sound? Small.
Small.
Right, good.
Small.
Tip of your tongue on the gum ridge. Small.
Small.
Good. A small town.
Small town.
Right, good. It's a small town.
It's a small town.
Good. Now let me see how you say the ow sound, the ow sound in the word town. Watch my lips as I move from ah to oo. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Town. T a u n. Town.
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 A small town.
A small town.
Palm Springs is a small town.
Palm Springs is a small town.
Very good. Okay. And you told me that you said there has. And I want to correct the grammar. We don't say that. We say there are if it's plural. There is if it's non-count. So, as in Chinese, we say yao. We have to say in English, there is or there are. So when we say outlets, we say there are many outlets. There are many outlets.
There are many outlets.
Mm-hmm. Outlets.
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 There are many outlets.
There are many outlets.
Okay, so if you want to say there is would be with a singular noun, right? A singular noun. So if you have a singular noun, for example, what's your favorite store?
Oh, favorite store?
Mm-hmm.
American Exchange.
Okay. Okay, there is an American Exchange outlet.
Outlets.
Okay, so we can say there is an American Exchange outlet.
There's American Exchange outlets.
Right, good. Okay, when you say that, since it's a singular and it's a count noun, outlet is a count noun, you have to say a something something or an something something outlet. And because it starts with American, a vowel sound, we say an American Exchange outlet. There is an American Exchange outlet.
There is American Exchange outlet.
I'm not hearing the sound n. Okay, an American. Let me hear you. An American.
An American.
An American.
An American.
An American.
An American.
An American Exchange.
An American Exchange.
An American Exchange.
An American Exchange.
Good. An American Exchange outlet.
An American Exchange outlet.
Okay, now try to link the sounds together. Let's do it slowly. An American Exchange outlet.
An American Exchange outlet.
That's better. Okay, let's try it again.
An American Exchange outlet.
Okay, so let's try.
Outlet.
All right, let's say exchange out. Exchange out.
Exchange out.
Okay, now you're going exchange out. So now I want you to go exchange out.
Exchange out.
Say
exchange
jiao.
out.
Say jiao. Jiao.
Jiao.
Exchange outlet.
Exchange out. Exchange outlet.
Okay, you have to put the j. Move the j over to the ow, and you get jiao. Jiao.
Jiao. Exchange out. Exchange outlet. Exchange outlet.
Good. Okay, can you say the whole phrase?
An American Exchange outlet.
Good, that's better. Again.
An American Exchange outlet.
Again.
As an American Exchange outlet. outlet.
An American exchange outlet.
An American exchange an American exchange outlet. An American exchange outlet.
All right. All right. So you got the concept, and now you just need to practice it a little bit more. How about putting that in the whole sentence, the sentence that I gave you, which was, there is an American exchange outlet.
There is an American exchange outlet.
Okay, now let's try to say that without making any stops between the words. Instead, try to link it together. Watch me. There is an American exchange outlet.
There is an American exchange outlet.
Good. Okay, good. So now you can do it in slow motion, and that's a good thing to do. You practice it in slow motion so you're feeling the linking between. And as you practice more and more, you can build up with more speed and more confidence. All right. So after I send you the recording of this, you'll be able to practice it so you can become a little bit smoother. Do you see any particular kind of flowers or vegetation around that you don't normally see where you live?
No, but there's a lot of green and trees. Mm-hmm. I guess in this season they don't have much flowers.
Mm-hmm. So they, when you say they don't have much flowers, what's wrong with that sentence? See if you can fix the grammar.
They don't have many flowers.
Which
many
one?
Flowers.
Right. Okay. Why do we have to change that?
Because the flower is X, right?
So flowers is a plural noun.
Plural. You can count it.
Yes, it's countable, right? One flower, many flowers. This is a countable noun.
Many flowers.
And so many is used for countable nouns, count nouns. Much is used for non-count nouns. Now in Chinese, we don't have any difference between count and non-count. We just say, yet, 文序, 两文序, 1 book, 2 book, 3 book. I already told you 2 and 3. Why do you have to put S? Right? So in English, we have to put S on it. And then we have other rules about the use of much and many. If we use the word like furniture, do we say they don't have much or they don't have many?
They don't have much furniture.
Right. So for the word furniture, it's a non-count noun. Right? So we abbreviate non-count noun, NCN, non-count noun, right? But for flower, because we can add S to it, then we know this is a plural noun. Plural nouns are always count nouns. It's a plural noun. It's a plural count noun. So then we use the word many, right? They don't have many flowers. But usually we don't say they don't have many flowers because they refers to people. So I want to go back to using how we say it in English. It's not what we say in Chinese, but in English we have to use their.
They don't have many flowers.
Okay, so in English we don't use their with the verb have. We use the word there plus the verb be.
They are not.
And we have to conjugate the verb be into is, or are, or isn't, or aren't. Okay, so let's think of, well, I didn't spell it right. I meant that. Okay, so in this sentence, we need to say there
they aren't.
Right, okay, there aren't.
There aren't many flowers.
Right, now your sentence is correct. So although people can understand you when you say they don't have much flowers, it's kind of grammatically bad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to help you also improve the grammar of your sentences as well as your pronunciation.
I need that.
Okay, so there aren't many flowers this time of year.
There are many flowers.
Mm-hmm. How far is it from your place?
100 miles. About 100 miles.
Okay. So, where do you live anyway? You live?
I live in, it's called Montebello.
Montebello, okay. And what county are you in?
I live in LA County, Los Angeles County.
Okay, all right. So you can say Palm Springs is about 100 miles from my home in Montebello, right?
Yes.
Is Montebello one word or two words?
Huh?
How do you spell Montebello? Is it one or two words?
One word.
One word?
Montebello.
No.
Montebello.
You messed up the B. You forgot the B.
Oh, okay. Montebello.
Oh, okay. That's a lot better. Okay, good. So is this correct? Palm Springs is about 100 miles from my home in Montebello. I don't mean any, I meant in. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Palm Springs is about 100 miles from my home in Montebello.
I see. Good. Okay. Now, last time we met, I asked you to tell me about a patient.
And I haven't read it yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, so what's a better way to say that? What's wrong with this?
We haven't put it in writing. I haven't wrote.
Okay, I haven't put it in writing yet. Okay, that's good. Or I haven't write or written?
Written it yet.
Right, okay. I haven't written it yet. Okay, so how many ways can you say it? You can say, I haven't put it in writing. I haven't written it yet.
I haven't written it yet. Okay. I haven't written it yet.
All right, now, can you say this? Written it.
I haven't written it yet.
I haven't written it yet.
I haven't written it yet.
Okay, so you don't have to write it now. You can tell me something about, because you came back and you went to work.
Yesterday.
Oh, by the way, did I misunderstand your days off? Remember you told me you had some days off?
Yeah, I swapped yesterday.
Oh, you changed your schedule. That's why maybe my notes weren't wrong. It's just that you changed your schedule. You swapped with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, swapped. How do you spell swapped?
SWAPTCH.
Nope. SWAPPED.
Oh, okay. I swap.
Okay, now, that ending is going to be with a T sound, just as in the word hiked, because the word swap, ending sound is voiceless. So when we add swap, and we have the past tense ed ending, doesn't matter that it's a double P in writing. The sound is T. So swapped. So you have to get the P in there. And I think in the past, thinking about your spelling that you thought it was spelled differently, you weren't aware of the P. So what do you have to do with your lips when you say the sound P? You have to press the lips together for the sound P. Okay, so when you say the word, let's say without past tense, let's just say the base form, swap. Swap.
Swap.
Swap.
Swap.
I want to swap hours.
I want to swap hour.
Will you swap time with me?
Will you swap time with me?
I want to try to swap with Linda.
I want to try to swap with Linda.
All right, past tense, swapped.
Swapped.
Okay, so who did you swap with?
I swapped with my friend.
Okay. And did you swap shifts?
Yes.
Okay. So I swapped shifts.
I swapped shift
with my friend.
With my friend.
Okay. And what's your friend's name?
My friend's name Lindsay.
Lindsay. Okay. So you can say I swapped shift.
I swapped shift
With
my friend.
With
With
my friend.
With my friend.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Did I spell her name right? Lindsay. I've seen different ways.
Yes.
My son has several friends named Lindsay, and they spell their name differently. I think this is a common spelling for it, though. Lindsay. Does your friend spell it that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me see you say, my friend Lindsay.
My friend Lindsay.
With my friend Lindsay.
With my friend Lindsay.
All right. Now, do you see what happens when you say W-I-T-H? You're using f instead of f. You're saying with, and I'm wanting you to say with. So I want you to put your tongue out for the TH. With.
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 Good. Now try with my.
With my.
With my.
With my.
Good. Very nice. With my friend.
With my friend.
With my
with
friend.
My friend.
With my friend.
My friend.
With my friend.
With my
Lindsay.
friend.
With
my
friend.
My friend.
Okay. That's all only for TH, all right? Not for the other words. So when you get your tongue out for th, then you need to pull it back immediately and not leave it out there for any longer than necessary. With my friend.
With my friend.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
All right. Now, F for shifts.
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 Good. I swapped shifts.
I swapped shifts.
I swapped shifts with my friend Lindsay.
I swapped shifts with my friend Lindsay.
Again.
I swapped shifts with my friend Lindsay.
Very nice.
My friend Lindsay.
Good. Okay, try it again.
I swapped shifts with my friend Lindsay.
Okay. So you have a little trouble with the TH, but you got better with your swapped and shifts. And those are more important words. So in the scheme of things, it's more important for you to get it correct on the nouns and the verbs. Verbs like swapped, nouns like shifts, nouns like friends. So it's more important on those words. So that's good. So if you're having trouble trying to get all of the sounds, calm down, make sure you get the nouns, the verbs. Those are the most important words. And then get the other words after that. So I swapped shifts.
I swapped shift
with my friend Lindsay.
With my friend Lindsay.
Okay, so she had one shift, I had one shift. So when you swap shifts, then you exchange shifts, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you worked yesterday for her. And then when is your next scheduled time off?
Thursday, Friday.
Are you talking about this Thursday and Friday?
Yeah.
So today is what day? Today is
Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. And your next days off?
My next day off is Thursday and Friday.
Okay, that's plural. So
my next days off are Thursday and Friday.
Good. Now my next days off.
My next days off.
My next days off.
My next days off
are Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Good. Now don't say Thursday and Friday. Say Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
My next days off.
My next days off
are Thursday and Friday.
Are Thursday and Friday.
Good. What about the days after that? How about the next days off after that?
Let me think. Sunday, Saturday on Monday, Tuesday.
After that?
Will be next Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, so next Monday, And Tuesday.
And Tuesday, I will be off.
Okay, all right. So after that, my next day's off.
After that, it will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so how about this? After that, my next days off will be next Monday and Tuesday. Did I get that right?
Yes, after that, my next days off will be next Monday and Tuesday. Yes.
Okay, try to say it without putting a stop in between. Not Monday and Monday and Monday and Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
Say it again.
Monday and Tuesday.
All right, now the whole sentence.
After my next days off will be Monday and Tuesday.
After that, my next days off will be Monday and Tuesday.
After that, my next days off will be Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, so how about we make a date to meet on Monday, the 28th?
Yes.
Is that a good time? So,
yeah.
Monday afternoon at 3 o'clock?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. That'll be great. Now,
yeah.
I want to ask you a question about Saturday,